Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. Tuck you in there without punching a hole in the fertilizer container. We can dump this lot in here and then I haven't got to bother unloading that one in a minute. I've only got the one that I've got to chase alongside in just a second. He's on 74% right now, so he's going to be he's just turning around now. He's going to be demanding unloading in a second. I'm going to go and do that as soon as I have put this one going right in here. So let me just back up a little bit there. Press H, and off you go. So then we want to go to this one. And I'm going to go and chase that combine down the field, and I'm going to get the 10,000 litre. Well, it won't quite be 10,000 litres, will it? They hold 10,000 litres, but he's not going to actually have 10,000 on board. Not this time. If he's doing wheat or something like that, because it's a much heavier crop, by the time he gets to the end of the field and has unloaded everything into me, then he probably would be more than 10,000 gone in here, but I don't think it's going to do that this time. I don't think we've actually got enough going in there to be able to do that. What did I have in here? I had about 5,000 litres in here. Yeah. Possibly we'll reach 10. Because he's now got to the end of the row. Oh, he is. He's going to be more than that. So we have actually reached the full 10,000. Right. 15,548 litres of sunflowers in there, and you've got another 2,000 litres here. You're leaving little bits on the ends of the rows. Don't know why you're doing that. It does concern me a little bit. I don't like these habits, but I'll probably end up just leaving those bits, and we will cultivate them. Well, just plant. We'll just plant right through them with the seed drills when we do our next planting. So there is 18,000. If I run slowly down the field here, just until we've filled up, that'll give us a full 19,000. I want another Revoke Ninja. We need a bigger one. We need a bigger capacity. There is a bigger one available. I was going to say four-wheel drive. It's not four-wheel drive. It's a four-wheeled option. There is one that we could go and use. Right, let's go and put you there like that. And then while that one's happening, I want to get this one right here and back in. And it is beans that we want to be doing next. So we have a look in here. Sunflowers at the moment, there are 2,481 at the ranch. I just got to find my little piece of paper that I got with all the numbers written on it. Here it is. Sunflowers. Soybeans is the first one. No, it's not that one. So it's sunflowers right here. 2,792 is the best price that I have seen. For beans, it's 3,100. Actually, the transport company is within 10%. And that price there is within 280 of 2,790. Well, no, it's not. It's a fraction under. It's about 11%. I'm allowing that. Because I don't want to store it. I want the money. I want the money right now. So we can take it to the ranch, and we can sell it immediately, and we will be able to make our fortune. But it is beans that we want next. I've already gone and changed this one over, ready for planting beans. So we will come out over here, unfold this one. I'll leave those two combines just working for a minute, and we will get this going right over here. The grass in the field, that is fully ready for harvest. That's completely grown. Like, that genuinely surprises me. Oh, I see. Okay, I don't know why he's leaving it like that. But anyway. Yeah, it genuinely surprises me that that one is ready already. But well, it doesn't really matter. We're not doing that, so we're just going to leave it. So, you over here. Profi Hopper. 2 crops left on this field, and then we'll be turning this into something else. Just 2 crops left. We're going to bring that back. The money that we get now, we've got a couple of things that we want to do with the money that we're going to get now. One is we're going to want to use it to change this over, and we're going to want to put some root storage down in here. The other thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to not only change this over, but we're also going to want to start getting the machinery for doing the potato harvests and sugar beet harvests and stuff like that. Now, there is one root crop machine, which is the Stevie one, which is actually for potatoes and sugar beets. And I kind of like it and I kind of don't. I'd actually prefer to use the one that we leased. I'd prefer to have a proper potato harvester rather than taking an adapted sugarcane harvester. Not sugarcane, sugar beet harvester. Like, we've got the option here, but this potato one right here, we got the one by Stevie. And we got two of them. There's two different options. I actually prefer the Roper one to the Homer one, but it's that one. I'm sure someone said that was a Stevie one as well. It's only got a 60,000. The problem that I had with this one was unloading it. That spout comes down too low, whereas this one, the spout doesn't drop down low, which is my main reason for leaning towards the Roper over here. So that one's 60,000 right there. We've got capacity goes here up to 60,000. This one over here, we've got capacity 43,000 at the moment. That goes up to 90,000 on that one. I don't know if he's done another upgrade on that one or not, but if we go and have a look in the beet technology in over here, I've got the Panther 2, which is the smaller one. That does up to 60,000. We've got that one 60,000 and that one there is 90,000. I don't know if there is updated versions of those where they've actually got a higher capacity. Possibly it would be something that I would look at getting. I'm not quite sure yet. I genuinely don't know. So I'm just going to do a piece of... What I'm thinking is that I'm going to do this field without using... You know, it would probably help if I set this one actually going. Helper I has got they've both got nearly full grain tanks. Let me put that going in there a minute. What I'm thinking is if I do a pass up here, we'll see if we can have the standard hired help working here rather than the AI extension, just for once. Just to finish this one off. So I want that down through there like that, and then spin round. So I'll do one more pass along the bottom end here, and I'm wondering if that's going to be enough space then for the standard hired help to be able to turn round. I mean, it is pretty good at like reversing back up into position and doing stuff, but it does also sometimes require quite a substantial amount of space in order to be able to do it, and so it's not always able to cope with the idea of turning around where it's supposed to. I'll bring you right up there as far as we can, punch the front weight through the side of our shed, and then we can bring you round like that. And if I back you up carefully like this, right way into there, and just going to do a... Yeah, there we go. Right, just enough to be able to fill in that gap. There was just enough space there. So I just want to bring you out this way over here like this, and then it sort of straightens out a bit like that. And then if I press H for the hired help, hopefully it will actually be able to do it. There may not be enough room quite there on that corner because of the fence from the chicken run. We will have to wait and see. So I'll see how that one copes with it. It might cope, it might not. We may be pleasantly surprised. You never can quite tell with this game. The hired help, it really has a habit of sort of throwing you, doesn't it? Like, sometimes you think, yeah, it's done a really good job. Right there, that doesn't seem to be an issue with the ends of the field. it actually seems to be an issue with the corn header stopping at the wrong point. It looks like it's sort of picking it up just a tiny little bit early. For whatever reason, it's decided that the... Like, there's always marks in the coding. You have a point where the hired help thinks that the working width is, and then there's a point, and it does the working width and also the front of the machine. So there's a point where the machine, the hired help thinks is the front of the machine, and then there's a point where the working front of the machine is. And it does appear that with this combine, those two don't line up, and that is why we're being left with a little line of sunflowers at the end of the row on every pass. It does make sense. That does actually explain why we've got that, because, like, certainly down that end of the field there shouldn't be anything like that, but there is. It's leaving little bits. It's not quite enough in all of it to actually leave a visible line of crop, but it does appear to be something being left behind each time. If you zoom in here, you can there is bits being left behind here. Now, I don't think it's got anything to do with anything on the end of the row. I don't think that affects it in any way, shape, or form. Right. Last of it off there, and that means that I can move... Actually, I'll leave the Valtra down here for a minute, but that truck can be moved up to the top field in just a moment, and that's then ready to start unloading the rest of the sunflowers into. I've got another tractor down here that is ready to go and start. You actually seem to be doing a fairly good job of this. It's leaving a couple little bits on the top end there, but I was expecting it to leave lots, so the fact it's hardly left anything at all is quite promising as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to go and grab that one right there and get that on. You know what I should have done? Exactly what I did last time. Because if we go here and we go to soil composition, I'm planting right in there, and I've got one lot of fertilizer on there which goes in with the planting, and then we need another lot of fertilizer. And it's actually going to be easier for us if we do it like this. So if I go and grab that fertilizer there, that combine has almost finished, and that one over there has almost finished as well. So this, I'm going to take this tractor here, and I'm going to just start spreading fertilizer all the way up through there. That's actually... Wow, okay. I always forget just how wide the spread is on this one. It's like insane. It's a properly insane amount of width that we get on this. There we go. Look at that. That is an impressive width that we've got on there. And that combine's actually got to do a return journey, which is a bit of a... Yeah, and you got to do a return journey as well. Only just. So I'm going to have to just watch his tractor. Yeah, when we get to the far end of the field with his tractor, we will stop and we'll wait then until the combine is finished before I go off and do the rest. Oh! Wait a minute. There is no point in doing this. There is absolutely no point in doing this because I'm not cultivating. That's why I don't normally do this. That's exactly the reason. Because I'm about to cultivate in here. I'm not because I'm not cultivating in here. It won't add the extra layer of fertilizer. Like it doesn't recognize that it's two separate jobs. If I put fertilizer on here, the fertilizer that's coming through from the drill over there, that won't do anything at all. Look, actually, I can just park you there, just in case I am wrong. Let's go over to EU. Right, that field is done apart from the odd little bit up here. So I'm just going to go and get the odd little bit up here. Like that. I'm going to get that bit there, and then I'm going to turn around, and there is still a little tiny bit right there, which I'm now going to get, and then I'm going to come up, and I'm going to get that bit, And that is everything. And then all I need to do, I'm just going to set it going, and we will tidy up afterwards. But all I need to do is set this going, and then we'll be able to see whether or not my memory is serving me correctly or not. So I think I need to just bring it into there, lower it down, set it going, and it's not, I mean, it will use fertilizer according to the screen here. Well, actually it won't. But if I go into here, look, see, it's not adding any more fertilizer in there. So I don't want to be spreading fertilizer across the field. I don't know why you're backing up there, honestly. I don't actually care, because you're heading in the right direction. You're going where you need to be. That one up that end isn't doing anything useful. But this one, so we can go and get rid of this, and then we can go and put the other seed drill on it. Except I'm not going to put the other seed drill on this one just yet. I'm literally just going to dump that one right there for a second, because I want to, actually, I'm also going to go to you, and I'm going to fold that down, and I'm just going to move you off out the way a little bit. I'm going to put you over here somewhere. Let's just put you off the side of the road there for a second, and then I'm going to go to this one. Actually, you can stay there while I unload these combines. We want to get the combines moved up to the next field and get them doing stuff up there. So I'm actually going to just pick up the little bit along the top end here, and I'm also going to go over to this one, and we're going to do a pass along the top end of the field right here, because otherwise he's not going to turn around properly on this end. It's this end up here that causes more of a problem. So we can bring you out like that, bring you round, and then... Right, if I just manually do one pass along this top end a second, and then I head down the field that way, he shouldn't have any more problems. I mean, he's still going to have a bit of an issue turning round up here. He needs to do 2 passes along this top end, really. It's not like the one that's mounted on a 3-point linkage, but I think we can probably get away with it like this. I don't think this is going to cause us any major issues. So let's bring you back over there and head up that way. So we will, I'm actually wondering whether once we've done all the planting and everything, like we wait a day and then we go and do the grass separately. But I'm also kind of thinking that we don't really want to do that, because then we're just sitting and watching the grass. Like we kind of want to do both of them together. But what I might end up doing is cutting grass only every other harvest rather than every harvest. Do the grass every other harvest, and that'll sort of help to keep things moving just a little bit quicker. That's a possibility. So, like, I'm not ruling anything out at any point with any of this. I'm not sure what's going on there with the way, like, driving the combine over there. It looks like the fertilizer has then been removed, and it's not made any difference on here. But I'm willing to bet that once that one goes back over, it might actually put a second coat of fertilizer just on that little bit that I went over with the combine then. Just to really liven things up a bit. Make it look a little bit odd. And I was just wondering if there was a way that we could utilize that, but I don't think there is. It's not actually going to benefit us to go and do anything like that. Because what it's not going to do, it's not... Right, we wouldn't be able to set the hired help doing it, so it's not going to help us with... Well, it's literally, it's not going to make any difference. If the hired help isn't able to do that, we would have to manually drive up and down the field after spreading fertilizer on with the combine in order to get the state, because it looks like it's just changed the state of it there in order to allow the rest of it to come through. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. Some sort of mechanic at work in the background that I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I suspect it's just changing the state of it, because the combine would be dropping something on the ground, I suppose. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not actually going to make any difference to us, is it? Okay, so let's get this one up and started in the field up there. Then we get the other combine up and started in the other field up here, and then we can get the seed drill going in the field down there, and move the tractor and the truck up here. Everything's moving along. Things are doing what they're supposed to do. At least I'm hoping they are. I'm going to actually put... what I'm going to do is I'm going to do manually, just drive up through here. I think I did this in the last harvest as well. We'll go up through this side and we'll come back down the other side of the road, and then I'll set this one going first in the long field, and then the second combine that comes up, that one will then start working this field that we're in right now. And that way they should both get done in a timely fashion. The only point on these two fields that we actually might want, you know, just to have the combine down, is down the other end down there. But I've actually got, oh no, I was going to say I've got the combine, they're ready to go at the other end of the field. I could drive it up the track at the other end, but it's not, it's right there below us. It's just whether I should take the long, slightly longer way round. Right, hired help can go there, and then we go to this combine right here. And I fold that one up. I'm not going to go any different way. I'm going to go straight up here, and I'm going to start it working in the field, and then I'll tidy up the other end later if I need to. I don't think I will. Set that one going right up through there. We'll go whizzing up this side. We're just going to watch this one go up across here, because there's this one little patch up here which is rougher than anything else. I do wonder if we ought to come back through and just, like, smooth this off and then re-plow it. Like, it's not a major issue, and it, with the bigger machinery, it doesn't actually seem to be any kind of a problem at all. But there is that little tiny dip right there that does occasionally seem to cause problems, but it does seem to be that as the machinery gets bigger, it's becoming less of an issue. So, for the most part, I'm kind of thinking maybe we don't need to worry about it. And I'm also thinking that as I have followed this one down here, I might as well just manually take one line up along here, and then I will start the combine working from the top end of the field up here, and it can sort of work backwards and forwards in that direction. Hopefully it won't get tangled up with the other combine. There is always that possibility. And in fact, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and grab that combine right there. I don't know quite why he's gone and left a little bit like that, but they were doing that before anyway, so we won't question it too much. We just know that they are inclined to do such things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come out round like that and just give us a little bit more space on his headland, so that if both combines do happen to meet up there together, then there shouldn't be any major problems. And bring you back in like that. There we go, and off you trot. You can go racing on up that way. Perfect. Okay. Wait, is this one? I need to actually put this one going down across the field. So you can do that. And then we can move the other tractors up. I've got fertilizer that I need to go and do. No, I don't. We weren't going to do the fertilizer, because I did the fertilizer. And then it turned out that that wasn't actually of benefit to us, didn't it? We can't be doing that. Yeah, it makes no difference whatsoever to any of it. So we'll leave the fertilizer. We'll go and get the other machine on. But before I can do that, I actually need to get that one unloaded. So I will use this one. We will update the Reebok Ninja 19,000 to something a little bit bigger. I do really like the one that I use on the time-lapse map. Unfortunately, though, it is a little bit high. If you try to approach the combine from the wrong direction, it really doesn't like it. It's just the tiniest fraction too high for the spout on the combine, and I'm using in that series the Ideal combine, which is probably the one that I'll end up using in this series as well. was thinking about using class combines, but the big class combine is actually part of the class DLC, and although I really like that one, Stevie doesn't do versions of machines that are released via DLC because Giants really don't like it. It's something that they do get a little bit upset about. Right, I'm just going to... Is he going to move? No, he's not, because he actually stopped. You do have to unload it down to 80% on the combine in order to be able to get the combine to move again. So we will do that. We will sit here and we'll wait. Oh, right, he can go now. We'll let him start moving now. There, right. And then I can go straight back forwards again. Catch up with him. We'll take off all of this that we've got coming into the combine right now. Plus what he already had in there. It should be unloaded by the time we get to the end of the row. Then we can go and get the truck. We can bring that one up. Just so that we can unload the next combine in good time. And then we'll get the tractor going with planting in the small field down the bottom. It's soybeans next, so it's direct drills. We don't have to worry. I was just wondering when the corn is, because I was thinking, oh, corn after sunflowers, but it's not. That's my own playthrough on... that's my crop rotation that I've got on my Estancia Lapacho series. So let's go to you a second and just quickly bring you up to the top. 59,000 litres of sunflowers at the moment. I like the texture of the sunflowers in here. It does seem fairly accurate. There is our beautiful engine on this truck. I'm going to miss this one when FS22 comes out. I really am. Kind of hoping that they take the sound file for this truck and use this one from this point on, and then never use any others. What I'm going to do here is, rather than use the grain cart, I'm just going to run alongside the combine with the truck on here, because it's relatively level on this bit, and it does happen. I've seen this happening in videos of like harvest work being done in the States. I've never actually seen a lorry running along beside a combine in the UK. I'm sure it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I've just never seen it. I've never seen a video of it, and I've never seen it personally. I've never seen a combine with a lorry going alongside. I've seen plenty of tractors. I've done it myself plenty of times with tractors, but never with a lorry. But then I've never seen a lorry being used in the UK for grain carting anyway. Like, in the US, you load into the, well, quite often you load into the auger wagon, which then gets offloaded into the lorry, and then it's taken straight to the local grain mill. Whereas here in the UK, for that matter, I've never actually seen here in the UK one of these, the auger wagon right here. I've never seen one of those being used. We just use trailers, and then it's taken wherever it's got to go. So if you are taking it to a grain mill, the tractor and trailer takes it straight to the grain mill. I'm sure that they are used. I'm not saying that they're not used, but I am saying I've never personally seen one, and I have done an awful lot of work in agriculture. I've lived in quite a few places in the UK, and I'm always paying attention to what, even since I stopped working on any farms, I'm still paying attention to what's going on in the countryside. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.